Hello, welcome back. Today I'll be working with the third installment of my two-dimensional turtle series, which will be involve using the mouse wheel to zoom in and out in the game view. Uh, if you haven't watched the other videos in this series, please go ahead and watch them. They're all about trying to make a two-dimensional version of the turtle program. Uh, If you haven't seen them, in the description of this video there should be a link to a YouTube playlist. In the description there should also be a link to the Unity documentation, which is primarily what I use to research all of this, and there should also be a link to a GitHub for this video. So I thought I'd go ahead and start off this video with a short little intro, just to help explain what I'm trying to cover in this video. So when I say that I want to zoom in and out in the game view, I do not mean a targeted zoom. A targeted zoom, for those of you who don't know, is where the zoom focuses on where the mouse is, so it'll zoom in towards the mouse, where the mouse is on the screen. This video is just interested in doing a zoom in towards the center and a zoom out towards the center. When I started doing this, I tried doing a targeted zoom. It didn't work how I thought it would. I went down several rabbit holes and eventually just settled for this. Probably my next video will be working with a targeted zoom. This is still an ongoing process, so bear with me. But yeah, the next video should be working with a targeted zoom. So yeah, and I'll go ahead and get you started on this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, as I've already said. And yeah, enjoy the video. So what you see here is my first attempt at a targeted zoom. I didn't know exactly how it would work, so I tried throwing some code together to see if it would work. It didn't. I misunderstood how Unity kept track of some of these things, and this code did not end up working how I thought it would. And it didn't really scroll in or out at all, so I wasn't going to subject y'all to the whole watching me figure out how to write this code just for it to be wrong. So basically my idea behind this portion of the code, all that's new right here, mostly is within the brackets of if input.mousescrolldelta.y does not equal 0. All that's in there is just my idea was, since I was using two-dimensional Unity, I saw that there was a z-axis still. So I figured that that meant that it would be, like a z-axis to zoom the camera out, make the camera farther away from the stuff that's on the x and y plane. That's not what it does. Don't try that. It didn't work, but I tried it and it didn't work. Really only the important thing that's on this idea, or that's on this code right here, and the only reason why I show it to you, is that function itself, that if statement right there, if input.mousescrolldelta.y does not equal 0. That is something that I use later on in my code, and that function, input.mousescrolldelta.y, just checks to see if the mouse wheel has been scrolled. So if the change in the scroll. So if the scroll delta does not equal 0, that means that the mouse has been scrolled, or the mouse wheel has been scrolled. So I just use that to determine whether someone has moved the mouse wheel, which I then use to know whether to scale or not in the next portion of this video. So this is my final bit of code for the non-targeted scroll. You can see mainly what's different is the camera.main.orthographicsize. That deals with the size of the camera, and in proportion to how it renders stuff. If you want to figure out or learn more about what that means more in depth, you can go look at the Unity documentation. That explains it fairly well. The plus equal adds the input.mousescrolldelta.y, which gets the position of the scroll wheel in positive and negative, so it zooms in and zooms out. And the times 1.0f changes the input.mousescrolldelta to a float number, which makes the scroll a whole lot smoother. This bit of code is not without its bugs. If you scroll too much towards one way, you'll reach 0, and then if you keep on scrolling that way, you'll scroll past 0, so then everything inverts. That could be fixed, but since after this video I'm just going to go on to do a targeted zoom and zoom out, I didn't want to go into too much depth on trying to fix that when I'm just going to go ahead and do a different scroll anyway. So here you can see the camera zooming in and zooming out. You can also see the problems I was talking about with the negative zoom. That should be fixed in the next video. But yeah, that about wraps up the two-dimensional turtle video. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, or even if you didn't, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've posted, this is the third video in the series about trying to make a two-dimensional version of the turtle program. Dealt with, and you just watched the video, but it just dealt with non-targeted zooms. Next video, I'm hoping to cover targeted zooms, and if I have time, I'll look at trying to smooth everything out, make it all the stuff that I've got so far work together well with moving around in the game view in Unity. This is what this all has been about, and then after that we should be able to get started on the actual turtle portion of the program. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and y'all have a great day.